The SCP Foundation. Secure, contain, protect. The SCP Foundation is a site for a fictional organization that deals with those things that can only be described as anomalous, the out of the ordinary, the abnormal, that shadow out of the corner of your eye, essentially, the things that go bump in the night. This idea is embodied through an open source collaborative effort. Writers, artists, and readers have come together with the purpose of constructing a mythology surrounding this organization. The anomalies can range anywhere from trivial to harmful to the catastrophically so. Therefore, the SCP Foundation is tasked with locating, containment, and security of said anomalies. These anomalies are also known as SCPs and are given a numeric designation: SCP-105, SCP-5034, and so on. These SCPs are realized as entry in a database for the Foundation that you, the reader, have gained access to by some means. The writing style, it's clinical in this Cold War era classified document fashion, top secret for your eyes only stuff. Therefore, the entries are structured as such, starting from their threat class, then the procedures of their containment, their description, and followed by any logs pertaining to the SCPs themselves. Then these entries are left to the mercy of the public, where they're voted on by the wider community to sift through and enshrine the best of the best. There are currently over 7,000 entries, and the site goal is for 10,000. Another aspect to understand is that the canonical coherence is practically non-existent. One entry is able to completely contradict another in its task to compose its stories, and to reach that 10,000. Although there are some that are part of a collective lore, this means that each entry is able to stand on its own. The only thing tying them together is the backdrop that is the SCP Foundation. Some think that this lack of canon tarnishes the authenticity baked into the project, but I feel that it plays very well into the mythos itself, where truth is often obscured to preserve the veil of normalcy. And this lack of a singular canon allows for a very low level of entry. One is able to read and understand an SCP without having to know the whole back catalog of the thousands of others. This also means that anyone is able to easily submit a story of their own, only having to adhere to the stylings of the format. But with the collective voting system to aggregate the good from the bad, it is entirely up to the community to decide how far one can stray from the greater canon. Combining these two factors, creation and voting, has the direct result of bringing to light what lies in the psyche of today's popular culture. SCP-3008, an inconspicuous IKEA from the outside, but an infinitely sprawling store on the inside. Any unsuspecting visitors are fated to be forever lost as the exits themselves seemingly move. Faceless and disproportionate humanoids staffed as IKEA employees roam the floors aimlessly in the morning, but aggressively attacks anyone found in the store after hours, while vocalizing in eerie politeness that the store is now closed. Please exit the building. SCP-1000, a twist on the Bigfoot Sasquatch tale that I won't spoil here. And I'm sure I don't have to spell out what SCP-420J is about. This fact has garnered the SCP Foundation a viral hit, expanding the site to cover tertiary writings based on the SCP universe, spawning countless fan arts and multiple fan movies, inspiring video games and other similarly cryptic viral hits. Even with the formatting constraint imposed, the authors are able to present new SCPs in their own clever ways. Many entries are left open-ended. Usage of redactions, distortion of information, the sudden cessation of all new activities due to a threat to securities are all a very commonplace. The readers are often left to decipher the true meaning behind the SCP via contextual clues alone. SCP-7455, which is over 70% redacted, yet gives enough information as to what it could be. Combining that with the logs collected around it, it is able to make a quite compelling story of zombification via ants. SCP-2317, presented as a series of articles describing the SCP, with each successive article being of a higher clearance level than the one previous. the reader is quickly privy to the concept that the earlier articles do not carry the whole truth and that the actual truth is being obfuscated for reasons quite mind-bending. The SCP Foundation plays with the primordial fear of the unknown, that feeling as the lost child in the mall, the terror of the void staring back at you from the open closet while you're simply trying to fall asleep, that sinking dread as you realize you're the last one in the building, and now you're fighting that eeriness as you shuffle quickly to the exit, through those long empty hallways lit by those buzzing ember fluorescent. But of course, the SCPs are not all horrors and scares. There are figurative bonfires along the way to give you momentary respite, such as SCP-999, the orange sentient slime about the size of a medium dog who personifies comfort. It displays that dog-like mentality that we all know and love, and anyone in its vicinity is immediately soothed and rendered content. Or SCP-2598, a moth wearing a helmet, who's able to understand English and converses by colliding its head in patterns in line with American Morse code, though all of its conversation results in a sales pitch for helmets designed for moths. The SCP Foundation showcases the versatility of science fiction. We see such robustness within its storytelling, its capability to explore the edges of all things truly otherworldly, while still being tied down within the realms of possibility. Its ability to bring in, borrow, and blend aspects of other genres and yet still be able to distinctly stand out as science fiction. That, I think, parallels very closely with what we've been doing throughout this course, and that is what has kept me very much interested in the Foundation and its SCPs for so many years, and I suspect will continue to do so for many more. If you haven't dabbled into the occultic side of the internet, the SCP Foundation awaits.